Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a tier 10 game in my Shimakaze, going over the matchmaking, threats to my ship, low number of radars, only the Wooster, daring Haragumo, double Holland rounding out the DD threats. Couple things out there like the Zals, the Hindenburgs could be an issue if they get a shot at me. The map is Two Brothers, standard battle, and we're gonna kick this one off. So, this game is one of the first games that I played since the Captain's rework, and basically this game I'm testing just a common Torp build that I'm just testing it out. I'll include the links below. But the idea basically is the fastest reloading Torps with the most flexible range with the fastest speed that I can get on them, and you know, just to see how these things will work. So I'm pushing up here. It's Two Brothers, and a huge part of this battle is dependent on getting up here and getting the early spots to see if you know, basically where the enemy's going. If the enemy's all lemon training one way, this gets to be a very annoying map. Trying to actually have a decent performance. So I want to get up here. I'm not gonna get in here and get pinched in this island. This isn't a random battle with a domination mode where there's no reason to go in front of this island. So I'm taking the safe course. And I'm just pushing up here, just seeing what I can spot. I should outspot their DDs. And I know I do have a bunch of support behind me, so I'm still pushing up pretty aggressive. You see me start to zigzag a little bit. I'm just trying to slow myself down a little bit, and boom, spot a Haragumo. Starting to cycle through Torps. I see the Haragumo smoke up. Now, there's just one puff of smoke there, so I'm just going to drop one set of Torps, and I'm just going to keep moving. We get the notification that this is going to be a Cyclone game, because why not? And I just keep pushing up here, and I spot a Zao, and that's my cue to slam on the brakes. And the reason being that if I did get spotted by something here, this Zao could very easily remove a significant amount of my HP. I do land Torps on this Haragumo. He is spotted right now, so it's basically trying to get this guy knocked out, smoking up to avoid the Zao, and just gonna move on out of here. I'm able to pick up the kill. Just playing cautious, moving out of here, just in the offhand chance that the Zao would try to blind fire me. I do get radar that tells me that the Wooster's pushed inside radar range. Fortunately for me, my Marceau is closer to the enemy, so he's going to draw the fire. Unfortunately for him, he's almost dead. I think he pushed up there and just got way too aggressive trying to pick a fight with a Haragumo that had support, and it cost him. I do dip back inside Wooster radar range, and I suspect he's back here behind the island where he can't shoot me, so just gonna slow up, just wait for this radar to go. Thunder, you know, tries to take a shot at me. Not today. And there's the Wooster pushing out. I see that he's pushing out. Nope, not gonna let you catch me that way. Now, I do throw these torpedoes away. I know that he's gonna turn out, so I throw these torpedoes this way, thinking that, you know, he's gonna be kiting out, but he just gets blasted by my battleship, so those torpedoes are mostly wasted. Now, gonna slow it down. Oh, that's not it. Really? Gonna slow it down here. Taking a look at the minimap. Well, I'm gonna stop right now. I'm pushing up here. I know that there's a Holland out here, and I'm trying to locate him. And I'm pushing up here this aggressive because I still have quite a bit of support. I've got a Venenzia that can take shots. I've got a Des Moines here. I've got a Zao that's going to be coming around the island, as well as a Vermont. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be able to help me out, whereas it's just the Holland and just the Zao for him. So even though I'm in a Shimakaze, I am running somewhat of a gun build. It's going to be it's not as one-sided as you might expect. And I mean, it doesn't help that I know how to shoot in a Japanese DD. I did get forced further into his guns than I'd like by his Torps, and I'm paying the price right now. But if you see right now, this Holland, he's trying to speed juke right now, but he's getting rushed by a Des Moines. There's lots of stuff going on. The Zao's able to take shots at him. Now if you look at... Wait till I'm reloading. Well, if you look at what I'm doing right here, look at where my stern's pointed. My stern's pointed at his Zao, his Thunder, all of his support, and I'm just trying to make myself as difficult to hit as possible. And that's a large part of the reason why I've avoided a lot of this, a lot of the damage that could have come from these guys. Just trying to trade here. I know that for most DD players, the more the range opens up, in general, the better I'm going to trade, because just general accuracy. They're gonna have a harder and harder time hitting me, and typically because I'm decent at aiming, I'm gonna be able to hit more of them at range. And I'm able to pick up the second kill on the Holland right there. And the mini-map tells the tail there's no DDs in front of me, so I'm not gonna mess around. I'm just gonna push straight through here and get moving. I do see a Kremlin that's pushing our base, and there is a Shimakaze coming in behind him, or in front of him I should say. So I'm expecting to see, you know, some sort of torpedo play on this Kremlin. Now I am going to make a play here. I do have a Des Moines that pushed up here. I know he's pink, so I'm questioning in my head, and I just decided, you know what, I'm not using the smokes right now. I'm just going to lay a smoke for this Des Moines and give him the opportunity to gun down anything that I spot anywhere through this area. And that's why I was anticipating that Thunder coming out and being danger close to my Des Moines. And I'm also surprised by a Vermont that's coming back. The Kremlin's reversing. Somehow my Shimakaze went down. Now if you look, I'm trying not to step on the cap here, just trying to get some torpedoes off. Not the best angle on the Vermont, especially with how maneuverable he is. Going ahead and drop the third set of torpedoes based off a prediction. And I don't know what's going on with my Des Moines, but somehow he's managed to drive outside of the smoke screen and right into a crossfire between two battleships. So I see that he's just accelerating forward, and I'm just going to go back and try to use my smoke screen the best I can, try to get something out of it. I know this Des Moines doesn't have long to live, so just trying to get what I can get. Land my second torpedo hit on the stern of the Vermont. There goes the Des Moines. Now we got some decision making time because the enemy push is arriving at our base. and I make a call that we got 3 on 2 plus me, but it's 2 battleships and a cruiser, whereas, you know, over here, you know, they've still got both DDs. I'm relatively low HP. I make the decision that I'm gonna try to help win this and see if I can take some of the heat by stepping on the cap, killing you know, any of these battleships. And unfortunately, my Zhao, he's just getting nuked. This Vermont plays this very well. And the Cyclone's kicking in, and that's complicating things. And I'm trying to tell my Vermont to get back. I'm anticipating this Vermont pushing in and basically walking into a crossfire between a Thunderer and a Vermont, and neither of which, well, both of which can really punish him. So I'm going to do a little circle out here, and I'm just trying to screen for this Vermont, give him some advanced warning on when he's going to bump into something. And at this point, honestly, this, in hindsight, this is the time for me to go back. This is a misplay here, because it's going to take this Thunder and Vermont and the Zhao a pretty long time to push this side, whereas at my location right here, I can get back here fairly quickly. Torpedoes from the Zhao. My plan here is just to try to pull some heat off of my team. Now, unfortunately, I step on the cap here and it kind of blows my location. They know right where I'm at right now. Unfortunately, I'm not getting a good angle on the Thunderer, so I am going to try to torp the Vermont. But again, it's, in hindsight, not the best torpedo angle for me. I should have held these, that first set of torps till this moment right here, because this would be a dead Thunder if I had all 3 sets of torpedoes. Impatience is costing me here. Now my Vermont, he kited out behind the island, and it makes the Thunderer turn in, and that throws off my torpedo prediction, so I'm just with a goose egg. But I'm taking my reload, and I'm spending it wisely to get a nasty crossfire position for between my Vermont and myself. And these next torpedoes that are going to come out are going to be pretty nasty for the enemy. My team's struggling with the DDs and the Hindenburg and the cap. I know that I've got to make some plays going out here, so notice I'm getting broadside, I'm getting well inside 7 kilometers, and I'm just laying a wide fan pattern of torps down on the Thunderer, holding the one set of torps for the Vermont, and I'm going to start stalking the Vermont right now because I think that I've got the Thunderer. Again, getting inside 7 kilometers. There goes the Thunderer. And at this point I see that there's, my team's pretty much toast. They're getting stormed up here. And we're going to be getting capped out here shortly. So it's a matter of, you know, just trying to clear these ships out the best I can. This Vermont, I don't know if he's running some sort of anti-torpedo build or he's just clever. Could be either. He's able to slam on the brakes. Only takes one torpedo here. I'm tempted to smoke up, but the Vermonts aren't shooting each other, so I'm thinking that they can't actually see each other. So I'm just waiting for my torpedo reload. I don't want to use my last smoke unless I have to. Now that they're shooting at each other, I know my flooding's going to wear off this Vermont. That's why I led him so far with the first set. And you can see it just wore off. You can see the Vermont start to accelerate, and he's going to basically accelerate into the torpedoes. And I'm going to try to start stepping on the cap as soon as possible, and just planning on making a run up the middle unless I run into the Zao. Get 3 on the Vermont, and just gonna smoke up and get going. I do see the Zao. Unfortunately, pops up at the worst time possible. Do get a lucky fire there on the Vermont. That's gonna seal the Vermont's fate. Did take a bit of damage from the Zao there. So I know this game's pretty much done. Just in a race for damage right now. So what do I think of this build right here? One, I've played the unique upgrade Shima for a while. I do like it. It really cuts into, you know, a lot of the desire I have to play F3s like I do on Yagumo. The torpedo speed's great. I can see, you know, a lot of builds using the new torpedo acceleration skill now that there's not a hit on your speed, or excuse me, a penalty on your range on the torpedoes. Here, I'm just trying to distract this out. He's maneuverable enough. He should dodge these torpedoes. Just trying to give him something to shoot that maybe I can get a piece of him. But this game's gonna end here before these torpedoes can arrive. So the big one, really just loving the torpedo reload with unique upgrade with Shima, and then you're starting to approach F3 torpedo speed with 12-kilometer torps, and that makes this build pretty interesting, and I am pretty happy with it. So it's something that I'm going to be running in the future. Again, I'll link the build below, so you guys can take a look and see what I was running. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them below. Invites to the community Discord and my Patreon if you want to support the channel are below. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you later.